Morning everybody, this is a BrewDay Chronicle. Okay, so today I'm going to be brewing Iron Maiden's Trooper. Yeah, we're going to be creating a clone of that, so it's going to be a clone Trooper. Sorry. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, let's do the grain thing. So these are the grains: pale, crystal 30, crystal 60, some torrefied wheat in there as well. Hops, these Kent Goldings, Cascade, Bowbeck, and of course the Werflock tablet, Profoc, or Irish Moss, whatever your preference is. I'm using Protoflox. There's my yeast starter, and the yeast I'm using for this fella is the London Ale Yeast WLP 013. Never used this before, so we'll give it a go. The setup, of course, is the Grainfather HLT. There's the counterflow chiller, and of course the fermenter. So yeah, I'm hoping on this one, I've tried a couple of times before, but for one reason or another it never happened. I'm going to try and do a detailed video on the Grainfather and how it works, or how I use it, should I say, and hopefully take it from there. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Star Sun, clear as a bell. I actually using distilled water. I put it through my own still, so new probe. Of course, another piece of equipment I'll be using is that, and we have a temperature controller there. That's going to be working the HLT. So that's it for now. I'm going to get the water in the Grainfather, bring it up to temperature, get the water in HLT, bring that up for sparge, and then we'll dough in. That's it for now, I think. Yeah, I think that's it for now. So I'll come back to you when I start fucking about with stuff, okay? Right, see you in a minute. Okay, so we're filling the water into the Grainfather, and I wanted to just bring one of the biggest faults that I think with this machine is if you've got poor lighting or anything like that. See there, the increments right there? That's the only guide you've got to how much water you're putting in. So like I say, you know, if we could get this to double as a sight glass, I'm sure there is something that'll handle the heat. I'm thinking of swapping that out so I can see, you know, and then that's it. But yeah, it is hard, and when the basket is on, which I'll show you later, the basket covers all this bit here, so you can't actually see how much of the water you're collecting either. So yeah, that's the only drawback that I can think of. As the day goes on, I will if I come across any more that I can't remember, but that's the only one that's always stuck out for me, is that. So bear that in mind. Low lighting, hard to see, but you know, it is something you can sort of overcome. It's not a big issue, but it is a issue nonetheless, one that I intend to solve at one stage or another. Right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we are ready to mash in. Okay, so let's show you what we're doing. Okay, so this is the Grainfather, 67 degrees. My sparge water is already at 76 as well, so that's cool. So we're going to take this off. Let's get some light on it. There's the water. Now you can see this bit here, you know, if you just pour grain straight into there, it's going to go straight down there. You do get a little cap with it, but I've lost it like I knew I would. But if you use one of these, you know, this is just the top off the old bubbler, yeah, and you just pop that. That fits on there just perfectly and does the job ideally. Okay, so we're going to mash in the grains here. So we could go, and I'm holding the camera and doing this by hand, with one hand rather. So in goes the grain. You want to try and avoid it going down these little gaps as well. Yeah, you want to try and get it all in there, because otherwise it'll go and it might clog up your recirculation pump. Okay, let's get this one quickly. And that one goes. And then we've got this one, which we'll just pour right in. That goes. As you can see, it just sits on the top of the water. So we're going to give it a quick stir. This isn't absolutely necessary. You know, the grain will sink all by itself, but just to make sure, give it a nice little beating. So that's all in there. Make sure there's no lumps. Lovely. So that's that. In that goes. Take this off now. And then you put this on. Yeah, this is the top of the there. Just stick that on there, like so. Just pull that up a little bit. Put that on there, which is the overflow part of the Grainfather. So in that goes on the lid, and then we just put this piece on, which is for the recirculation. Yeah, that goes in there like that, and then we put this on here, screw that in place. Yeah, and we've got recirculation there. Turn on the pump. And then we go. There we are. So that's now recirculating the mash. Let's hit the timer for an hour, and that's it. Job done. So you've got to make sure that this button here is on mash, as well as the one down here is also on mash. Okay, turn that damn light off, and that's it. So that'll mash by itself now for an hour. It'll recirculate, and the temperature control will maintain a temperature of 66 to 68. Yeah, it has. I've got it on for 67. It has a 1 degree differential on it. So, like you see now, it's gone to 66. The light here indicates the element has come back on to heat it up, and mash is underway. Excellent. Okay, so when that's done, I'll show you the next step. Thought I'd show you brewing up with Scoosy. There he is with his, I think he's going mining. There he is. Say hello.
Nice, how you doing?
Okay, so that's finished. Finished the mash. Here it is. Yeah, it's still circulating. Let's put the light on and see what we can get here. You can see how clear it is in there. It's going that bit. Nice and clear. We're going to turn off the pump. We're going to unscrew this. Now be careful, you've got this nice rubber handle here, so this down here, you know, very, very hot. So we'll just lift that up. Okay, so that's done. So we'll take the lid off. Okay, and then there's the lovely, lovely wort. So what we're going to do now is this handle's got to go in. It's got catches either side of the handle that grip the stainless steel basket. I'm going to lift and turn. You can see it's got little feet there that just sort of sit. There's 4 of them up in all the way around. Yeah, so it's nice and sturdy. That is it, so you can hear it draining. Now this is the bit I was saying, you know, you can't actually, well, you can see in there, but you can't actually see the indentations for the measurements, so we can't actually see what's going in there. So we're going to have to guess. So let that drain a little bit. Now, I do have a small issue that I forgot my hose. So we need to out. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to let it dribble. We're going to let it do that, and we're going to have to get to, it's here now, it's come from here, so that's 5, 10, 15, and we're actually going to take it to 15, 16, right to the bottom here. Yeah, that'll give me 5, 10, 15, 18 litres. So let's slow that down a little bit. And we're going to let that sparge like that. Like I say, I usually have oh, steamy. I usually have a hose connected to that, and it'll go in there, just in there, and it'll just drain nice and easy. But you know, this will do the job. So get the job done. And you can see, oh, excuse me, you can see where the water is. You know, where there's water, the lines go across. Where there's not, they're on a slant. Okay, so that's going to drain off into there, into there. As you can see, nice and easy sparge system. Works a treat. Okay, so that's that. Now next, will obviously will be the boil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it on now. Yeah, which is basically to override the mash. You click that to the top, and down the bottom here you click to normal, and that bypasses the temperature controller. So that'll just now heat up and come to the boil, and then we can put our first additions in. So while that's doing that, I'm going to get the hops ready. Okay, so we've come to the end of the sparging and so on and so
See the
forth.
colour there, Dave?
Very nice. Very nice.
Looks so,
Well, we'll show everybody. Look at that.
yeah.
Beautiful. So, anyway.
It's quite good fun to try other people's recipes. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that aside, yeah, I overshot on the volumes of liquid. I'll show you. Okay, in there we got the 28 litres that I want. In there we got the extra 5 litres that I didn't want, and that is because, you know, I made a mistake in my volume, but I couldn't see, you know, what was going through, because this is all covered as you saw before, and you couldn't see the volume, and now I'm left with all this. Now I was going to save that for something else, but because it's affected my gravity quite significantly, I'm actually going to reduce this down to probably about 1 litre, and I'm going to boil this for an extra half an hour, so I can add that litre to this, thus giving me, in theory, the correct volume, and with any luck, the correct original gravity. Like I say, I've got to find a way of getting a sight glass on this thing. Ultimately, I may have to drill a hole in this bad boy, but I'll explore avenues before I do that. Okay, so I'll keep you apprised of that on my Homebrew Wednesdays. On with the brewing. So we're going to have to boil that. We're just going to let that fucking go, and I'm going to give this an extra half an hour boil. So I won't come back until we're ready for the first hop edition. Okay, we'll be back on track by then. Right. Okay, so we're ready. We're up to the boil, and we've got 56 grams Bobek going in. Let's give you a little some light on the situation. So we've got a good rolling boil there. In goes the hops. Boom. Start the timer. Start. And instantly just give them a quick stirring so they're all in there, all nice. Job done. So that's it. 40 minutes for the next drop, which is 56 grams of East Kent Goldings. So we'll see you then. Okay, so we're at the 20 minutes left of the boil. In goes hop number 2, which is 56 grams of East Kent Goldings. There she is. Right. In she goes. Done. Stir that in. So that's 20 minutes left, so we need to give this another 5.
Oh,
button. Wrong button, wrong button. Start that off, and then we can put the broader block in. Turn that light off, it's fucking blinding me. Put the broader block in. And then we got the final drop of Cascade at 7 minutes left. So do the Cascade, weigh that out. 56. Okay, so we're at the last drop. 56, 7 minutes. Cascade. It goes. Oh, right. Oh, steamed up for fuck's sake. Yeah, there she is. Stir that bad boy in. Seven minutes. And that'll be it. That's it for hop drops and the boil. 7 minutes away from the end. So we'll come back to the counterflow chiller into the fermenter, and then we'll take a measurement of our final volumes. Okay, we're coming up to the end. There we go. That is the end of the boil. So all we do is, let's get a light on. We just move that switch to the middle so it's not on anything. That'll stop the boil. I'm going to give it a quick stir. That's my effort of a whirlpool. There's a lot of hops in there. There's over 150 grams of hops in there. And that is that. Next is the counterflow chiller, which is there. So we're going to set that up in a minute. So it's going to go from. Let's have a look. So this is going to go in there. So we need to position it so it fits. Goes into the fermenter there. But first I need to add this to that, and then we'll take a gravity reading and see where we're at. Okay. The chilling stage now. So it's going out through the pump, through the counterflow, into the bucket there. So we're coming from 90 degrees, and it's coming out at 20 degrees in the bucket. Okay, so that's it. So that's the counterflow. Obviously it's got the hot wort going all the way around those coils and coming out here. It's got cold water going in here, going in the reverse direction, yeah, that way, and coming out the top here. So hot, cold, and it chills the beer down in within the coil. So that's it. Brew day over with. Just the cleanup left to do in a bit. A lot of hoppage in there to clean up, and that's it. So that's it, guys. All that's left to do now is give it a good beating up so we can aerate the wort a bit, put in the yeast, and let that some bits ferment, and we'll see what we got. Not so sure on our final volume, but we shall see. We shall see. Right, I'll see you next time on the BrewDay Chronicles.